Prepare for this to become your new favorite Half-Life mod, or maybe even your favorite game in general, because this mod is something different. Here, you'll get knocked out by a soldier, thrown into prison, have missiles launched at you by a giant robot, get chased by a space battleship while roaming alien territory, and explore a totally new world. Or should I say, worlds. This mod does things no other mod has done yet, and it also has the best posters. Additionally, there are two ways to install this mod. One requires you to own Half-Life 1 on Steam, the other, and it's the simpler one, does not. So yeah, it's actually a free game with no caveats. Stick around for the spoiler-free review, and yeah, I'll include the installation guide at the end of the video. Let's start with the elephant in the room. The visuals. I mean, look at the screen. Need I remind you that this is a Half-Life 1 mod? Yeah, looks almost as good as $1 million. Not only the graphics are good, the design is very pleasing to the eye. It's not just warehouses and offices this time, you also get to explore other dimensions with completely different architectural styles. The blue dimension alone is worth playing this mod for. Even the main menu speaks volumes about how meticulous the developer was when creating this. Game mechanics. This is where the mod really decides to do something different. Instead of collecting medkits to replenish your health, you get a suit that regenerates it over time. It also grants you the ability to dash and unleash an electro blast that's quite powerful at short range. On top of that, you can upgrade the suit as you progress. The ammo system also differs from most other mods. You don't pick up ammo from dead enemies, so search every corner. The next fight might be bigger than you expect. Beyond that, you get to drive warriors' vehicles, some equipped with mounted weapons. At one point, you'll even ride a jet ski with the option to switch camera views.
Do you really need my scooter that bad?
Just when you think you've seen all the gameplay variety, the mod throws something even more unexpected at you. The drone. Not only can it function as a hovering sentry turret, you will also have to control it manually to create new pathways for your character. When you switch to the drone's point of view, you can literally see your character standing there holding a tablet. And don't worry about the controls, they're intuitive, so piloting the drone never feels like a chore. The world. This mod is set in a completely different universe. There's no Black Mesa or Aperture Science, instead we have Crystal Tech, a corporation doing science stuff big time. They've managed to harness red and blue crystal energy, hence the title. You'll learn a lot about those crystals throughout the game, but I'll leave the details out to preserve a sense of discovery. The first chapter introduces us to a more or less normal facility with warehouses, parking lots, labs and offices. In Chapter 2, we get teleported into a red dimension, which looks either like Mars or a desert region on Earth. Don't let the relatively familiar architecture fool you. Parts of this dimension are inhabited by humans, which is why some areas resemble contemporary civilization. After that, we find ourselves in the blue dimension. And man, this is a spectacle. Not only is this world incredibly picturesque, but it's also enormous, making you feel like an ant in a massive city. Plot. Let me tell you a bit about the story, without major spoilers. The events of the game take place in the year 2035. You play as James Smith, a SWAT lieutenant on vacation, driving somewhere through Utah, USA. Your car breaks down near some kind of facility. You've got no cell phone because hey, you don't want your boss calling you while you're on vacation. So you decide to head over and ask to use a phone. Instead, you get knocked out by a soldier, and you quickly realize the facility is under military attack. Since you're on vacation, you're not exactly packing heat, so stealth becomes your best option. After some ninja-style gameplay, you eventually acquire the suit, and this is where I'll stop before spoiling anything. To fully understand the story, make sure to listen to the dialogue, watch cutscenes and read the notes scattered throughout the game. Guns. Your first weapons suck, but that's okay, cause your enemies aren't exactly Chuck Norris either. You start with a knife, quickly pick up Beretta and then an MP5. This will let you survive the early encounters, but once you get the shotgun, you're really in business. Remember when I said you can't get ammo off defeated enemies? Yeah, you also carry less ammo than in the original, but it's balanced by guns dealing more damage and the sheer variety of weapons this game offers. And yes, I know what you're thinking, guns deal more damage but still suck? Here's the thing, enemy weapons also hit harder than in Half-Life, so it all balances out. Plus, soldiers now shoot while running, just like in Half-Life 2. The arsenal is vast. You get 3 pistols, Beretta, Eagle and 5.7, out of which only Eagle is worth using if you have ammo for it. Then you have 2 shotguns, semi-automatic and a pump-action shotgun. Guess which one's better? In the automatic weapons department you get 2 assault rifles, one with the optic and the other with an underbarrel grenade launcher. There's also an MP5 and a high-tech energy weapon that never needs reloading. Keep firing while you still have ammo. You get 3 sniper-type weapons. Anti-material sniper rifle, a high-tech energy sniper rifle and a crossbow. You can comment how many times I've used the word sniper in the previous sentence. Among the explosives you have your regular high-explosive grenades, underbarrel grenades, satchel charges, RPG and laser mines. Then there's something completely new. A portable turret and a drone. Yeah, how about that? Technical component. This game is super stable. I only had 1 crash during my entire playthrough. And that was because I was mashing OBS's record button while the game was loading. You can alt-tab as often as you want, you'll be fine. Graphics update in real time when you adjust them in the settings. And the main menu background even moves with your mouse, a cool little touch. Your character casts a shadow, and the mod even manages to pull off mirror reflections. Strong language and humor. The game sneaks in a few jokes here and there.
Hello there, mister. Would you like a drink?
Well, I guess you deserve a shot of what you've been through. But seriously, we need to get going. Let's celebrate later. Please.
Whether in the notes you find or in dialogue.
Wow, you surely must have a powerful gaming rig.
It also isn't afraid to drop the occasional F-bomb when necessary. Because let's be honest, people tend to do it in intense situations.
Who the fuck is this? I feel like I'm not paid enough for this shit. This dude is a one-man fucking army.
Tips. You can pick up unused satchel bombs after planting. The only crates that are breakable are the ones that have the game's logo on them, but you should break every single one of them, cause they're never empty. You'll probably want to change your crosshair type in the options under crosshair style, because the default one isn't very accurate. You can carry fewer explosives than in Half-Life, but they have a larger blast radius, and that goes for the explosives your enemies throw as well. So if you're thinking about camping in one spot for too long, keep that in mind. You can shut off a mine's laser to avoid triggering it from a distance. Just don't touch the mine itself, it'll still blow up. Crossbow bolts lose power over distance. The farther your target, the higher you need to aim. Before the final boss, skip the weak guns, which are MP5 and a pump-action shotgun. They'll just mess with your hotkeys. After hours of muscle memory, that MP5 can make you fumble when you really need your assault rifle. And trust me, in this fight, every second matters. Also spam using the drone, you'll need it. If you don't like enemies having health bars, you can disable them in the options under Enable Health Bar. Conclusion. All in all, this is a great game. It can get tough at times, but as long as you don't run around guns blazing, you should be fine. The pacing is excellent. The action never gets old because the game constantly gives you a break and the chance to feast your eyes on those epic locations. If you have any other great games or mods in mind, leave a note in the comments. Otherwise, we're done here. Stick around if you want to see an installation guide. Installation guide. This one is brain dead simple. First, download the mod. Then, open the Diffusion folder. And launch the !Windows-English.bat file. There you go. If you want this game in your Steam library, install Half-Life. Cut the Diffusion folder. Go back to Steam. Find Half-Life on the left side panel. Right-click it. Manage. Browse local files. Paste the Diffusion folder. Restart Steam. Now you should see the Diffusion icon in the left side panel. Enjoy. That's it. If you've already tried this mod out, share your thoughts on it in the comments.